All right, so how we gonna put this one? So your favorite sports from the user. So uh, that's fine. We're gonna come here in our dashboards, and we're gonna get that data from the user as well. As we said in the previous video, this is an array, and we have gone through arrays as well. If you don't know what array is, you go and check my previous videos about the array, associative array, index array, and multi-dimensional array, or you guys can go and check that ones if you guys not sure associative array. So how the array works, and this is the reason I put it, because we want to get the array here. And if you guys look in here, there is a radio button which we're going to get the either the gender of the male or female, if the user is male or female. And we're going to come down here. So how we're going to process this one, because this is array, how we're going to deal with array. So we're going to come on top, and where it says that you guys can I don't want to confuse you guys, because you guys can put is set here as well. Just put an end at the end, and you can chain it together. And in the future videos, I'm going to show you guys how you guys gonna chain all your variables here after each other. But I don't want to confuse you now. So we're going to come here on our favorite sport. So we're going to put a sport as a variable, and we're going to put a dollar post, and we're going to dollar post. What is our variable here? If you look in here, our variables is sport. So sports here. The reason I put a sport, so I don't have to forget which I'm dealing with, which variables I'm dealing with. All right, so we put it if empty. If empty, we're gonna check if the user left it empty. Empty is the inbuilt function in PHP. And what is empty is going to be the sport. If it's empty, then we're going to put some sort of message here, echo, and echo you did not select any sport. Okay, so we're going to come here. You guys can move this one, and if you want, because this is gonna show you guys, this is gonna put a message say on top. This one's gonna here, because we didn't select anything, so you did not select any sport. So undefined index sport, so we're going to define that one, no problem. And it's going to talk, but we want to put it displayed at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to move this one, and we're gonna bring it down. We're gonna bring it here. We're gonna bring our PHP here, because we're gonna display it at after that one. So we're gonna put a else, and we put an echo. Then we put a count. Then we're gonna put a s, and we put a count. What we're gonna count? We're gonna count sport, and then we're gonna run for loop. We're gonna put say for I is equal to 0, I is less than we kind of I is less than s, and I plus plus, and you guys can put an echo, and your echo just put a parenthesis here, and you can put a sport. You can put your sport here, and inside your sport as an element, you guys can put your I. Okay, so now we're running a loop. If it's empty, we're gonna tell the user echo you did not put any sport. Otherwise, if the user put something, we're gonna put a nice message that you already selected this one, and this is sports. Okay, so we can run this one, and we're gonna see. So my first name is QD as usual, and my last name is Yazdani. You can see that's Yazdani, and we're gonna say soccer, tennis, and cricket. We're gonna see this one, and you're gonna see soccer, tennis, and cricket, because we have selected the three sport here, the three sports. You can see this one, and we're gonna bring this one down. We can put a echo and we can put a break, or you can put a line echo. We can put a HR, which stands for a line. Okay, so you did not select anything, and here you guys can put a echo, and you guys can put a noise here, your favorite okay. So we're gonna try now, because now we have customized this one, that your favorite sports. Now we have a break and we have a line, and we're gonna come and we're gonna do that again. So you guys can see that's a break, that's a line. Your favorite sport is soccer, your favorite sport is tennis, your favorite sport is cricket. So we're gonna remove this one from here. So we're gonna put this one on top. So this echo is gonna go on top, because it comes in with because we want this one, we don't want this one all the time because it's looping. We want this one to be displayed only once. So you guys can put all the same, except we're gonna remove this one from here. Alright, so it's a HR, and you can put that one echo here, your favorite sport is, and because you want to just your favorite sport, your favorite sport. Okay, so now you guys can put a P, or you guys can put a, say anything you guys like. You guys can put a bigger or smaller, or you guys can put anything else you guys like. So now we're gonna select, say not the soccer, but we're gonna select cricket and baseball. So we're gonna see, and you're gonna see that's what your favorite sports is, cricket and baseball. So that's how you guys gonna see, show that one to the user. And we're gonna put it here, some sort of break line. So keep in mind there is bits and pieces. So you guys your favorite sports, and we're gonna leave a little bit room here. So now when the user instead of coming here, it's gonna come on at the bottom. So you guys gonna put it here, 3 here, and you guys see your favorite sports is this one. If you guys want to remove this line, you guys can remove a line. Where is the line? HR, because if you come here and register again, you guys can see that your favorite sports. If you guys want, you guys can put this one like this one upper, so you guys can do that. Yeah, all you guys need to do, just put it here, and some sort of here you just put a B for bold, or you guys can put a strong, and just put a concatenation here, and just finish your B. B stands for bold. Alright, so we're gonna go back, and we're gonna come back, and you're gonna see that's a bold. So this is a strong, and this is a bold. So your favorite sports. Alright, so the last one is how we're gonna get our gender. You can see that we have a gender male, and you guys can change it to male, and gender female. So we have a male and female, so you guys can get a gender as well. And you guys gonna come here. I'm gonna close this one, and I'm gonna come here. Say you can put an echo, and you got echo is gonna be break. Okay, so you guys can put an echo, and echo is gonna be break, and you guys can put a select, because we're gonna select, and you guys can put a dollar post. And what's your variable name? Variable name is gender, and you can echo the select, just echo, and your gender is, and you can select the user's gender, and you can select, so either the user is male or female, you can select that. So you guys can put a bold or strong, whatever you guys like. So we go back and we say select the gender male, and if you're going to come here, it says your gender is male. So you can do this. So if you look in here, so yes, your first name, then your favorite sports, then your gender is male. All right, so you guys can put a break here if you want. You guys can put an equal, and you can put a break, PR, and where it says select, you can put a, say, strong if you want. You can put a strong, just don't forget your concatenation. Just put another concatenation, and we can put another tag here, and you can put a strong. All right, so our concatenation is here. Both sides, check your concatenation, make sure your concatenation. So here we are putting the HTML, we are embedding HTML inside the PHP, or PHP inside HTML, whichever, vice versa, whatever you guys call it. So we're gonna come here, and we're gonna see, say, whatever, and you guys gonna leave your gender is male. So now we have a three sections done. Your favorite sports, tennis, and your gender is male. All right, so what happened just here? So we're gonna go on the PHP super globals, and as I explained to you guys, we're gonna get say first name and last name. As I said, you guys can just put another is set here. You guys can put is set, you know. So if is set, then you guys can put is set, and you guys just need to put a, say, end is set. You guys can do this, but I don't want to confuse. That's our discussion for the future videos. So we have getting the first name with the dollar post, and the last name for the dollar post. We have two variable, first and last. We're putting our first and last here. We are displaying hi, welcome. Here we are getting our array. Which one is our array? This is our array. If you guys look in here as an array, this is a very good practice for you guys. The name is sport. All of them's name is sports. So we're gonna come here, and we are creating a variable. We are getting the data of the sport, and we are assigning this one to this sport, and we say if empty sports equal this one. If the user left it empty, use this one. Otherwise, what happens then? We have we're gonna count how many, because here you guys needs to count 1 2 3 whatever here, and you guys needs to count 1 2 3 if it's soccer, tennis, cricket, baseball. Okay, so we're gonna count, and we're gonna run our for loop, and you guys will and truly be a master by now of the for loop, and we're gonna run that one. I is equal to 0, I is less than s, because this is s, and we put I plus plus. We're gonna increment it, and you guys can put your sport here, and underneath you guys can put a line here, just a break this one, and you can put your gender, and you guys can equal gender. So you guys can make this one complicated as well. You guys can put a check and uncheck, and that's our discussion for the future video. But now you guys need to learn how you guys gonna get the data from the user, which is this one. And keep in mind, our form is that there is no security on our form. Our form just redirects anything towards dashboard, and this is not a good practice for the website or any website, because every website needs to authenticate this one. We have to authenticate this one, keep in mind. But this is just for learning purposes. This is pretty fine, no problem. But in the real website, you guys need to remove this one. So you guys need to remove this action dashboard. You cannot let the user go action dashboard. You have to put this one. The form can submit to itself. So this form can submit to itself, and it's going to redirect it towards the dashboard. And I'm going to show you guys how we're going to submit, the form going to submit to this page. We are not going to go ahead unless put it there. So just like the case here, if you look in here, we have a form, and this form submits to here. Whatever we put in this form, A, B, C, X, Y, Z, this form submits to itself. And if you look in here, this form submit to itself. So whatever you guys put it here, what's your mind, is going to show up here instead of redirecting to somewhere else. And we're going to, when we go profile, and we're going to see how we're going to say file, and we're going to upload our photo, and upload photo is going to come here with the wallpaper, and how we're going to manipulate the images. So for now, and if you guys look in here, how we have done our first name, our last name, our favorite sports, and our gender. So, and keep in mind the form is quite huge, the input is quite huge. So if you pay attention here, is have a first name, the type is text. The type is very important for the PHP, and the type is text, and the type is checkbox, and the type is radio. We have a select type, we have any other type, text area, and that's our discussion for the future videos. And all of them is going to input, but when you guys put it inside the form, it looks like this, because already defined inside the PHP and HTML. So that's how they go by the convention. And as soon as you guys can put a radio, it comes in like this. So all the computer science, they follow the same conventions. So it doesn't matter if you guys go on Android, you guys can put a checkbox, it's a checkbox come like this. If you put a radio, the radio comes in like this. So very easy, no problem. And this is, I'm going to leave this one till we get to the login authentication, how we're going to authenticate the user. And keep in mind, in the future videos, we're going to add the username here and the email and password, because with the username you and the email and password, you guys can log in. And you guys notice in the websites, they asking for your username and your email and password, username, email, password for authentication. And the reason we didn't put it there, so we didn't want to confuse you. I didn't want to confuse you. So you guys learn how the form works, how you guys get the form data from the user, and how you guys going to display to the, say here, and say don't, if you change the, say first name is say Linda, and this one can put a Trump, and the Linda likes all these three, and she's a female. And if you come here and see that's a Linda Trump, and soccer, tennis, cricket, and it's a female. Whatever the user put it doesn't matter. For the PHP is going to translate that one in a form. So whatever the user put it is going to show up here. All right guys, that's it for this video. If you have any question or comment, leave it in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.